all home because we were in quarantine because of something that happened at my husband's work. He was exposed. So we were here together for 2 weeks. And we got out of our routine and we got out of prayer. We were still reading the Word, but we weren't in prayer as much. And I noticed, like, I had this heaviness on me. I had this depression almost on me. And I knew it and I saw it, but like after like 1 day, 2 days, 3 days of not being with God, like truly being in prayer with God, I know, like, oh my goodness, y'all, it was so bad. Like, it was a struggle. It was a struggle to get out of bed. It was a struggle to do anything. And finally, on that last day, when the 2-week mark was over and everyone had left that morning, I kind of just like hit my face and I'm like, God, I said, I don't know what's going on here. How do I get out of this? You know, because once you have everything on you, like, it feels like an elephant pretty much just like holding you down, like you're trying to rise up out of it. You can see what's going on, but you just don't know how. So finally, it took everything in me, like all of my being, to just cry out to him and say, God, help me out of this. What do I do? And I started crying out to him. And once you get in prayer, the hard part is getting there. Once you get there and you're praising him and you're thanking him and you look at the blessings and you just thank him because he blesses us more than we are worthy of. Well, so anyway, I get in prayer and I started crying out to him. And then finally I went into a quiet so he can talk, because it's two-way communication, you know. So finally he started talking back to me and he told me, he says, in these days that we're in, which the word tells us the days are evil, and they are, especially now, it says you have to stand guard with your armor. You cannot let your guard down. Like, it is so imperative right now. We cannot we can't take our helmet off. We can't lay our shield down, nothing. So that morning I cried out, he spoke to me. He told me I had put my shield down and those flaming fiery darts from the enemy had come in. Well, just so happened, like, that was wonderful. I cried out, I thanked him for speaking to me, for answering me, and I worshiped him. Well, that night I had to go somewhere. Someone had invited us to a healing room. And this is how I know. When I say all of these things and I tell you that God is real, it is because he is really real. Like, he has shown me he is real. I know God is real. I know. So I went, and this was just like so much confirmation. It was just blew my mind. So that morning I'm in prayer. He tells me all that, right? My child, he says, you've put down your shield. The flaming fiery darts have come in. So I go, and they prayed over me. And when they're praying, I could feel the Holy Spirit just moving. Like, oh, when he moves, it's wonderful. So I felt him moving, and then at the end, this lady says, I'm going to do something kind of strange. She's like, but God's telling me to do it. She lifted my arm, and she says, God says, take up your shield, and I'm going to pull all these flaming fiery darts out of your back that the enemy has hit you with. And I just started screaming and praising God, because he spoke to me in private, and the Bible tells us that what we do in secret, that he will reward in open. But he just spoke to me, and it brought me such joy. But it was so much confirmation of what we need to be doing. So if we're standing in battle and we have our armor on, right? The armor of God, the helmet of salvation. The helmet, it protects our mind from the lies of the enemy and anything that he's trying to bring into our head, right? It protects our head, our mind, our ears. So then we have the breastplate of righteousness, which is going to protect our hearts and our chest. We are girded around with a belt of truth. The truth is Jesus. Like, everything of the world is trying to tell us now what is true. Vaccines are true, and it's true. Like, all the fear they're trying to put in, the anxiety. I heard something about they're doing this thing now where Texas had banned abortion, which is amazing. So now they're trying, Satan is coming out in the open, y'all. He is no longer hidden. He does not care anymore. Like, he knows his time is short, so now he's out in the open. But they are trying to give people the religious right as a satanic practice to abort babies. They are. Look at it. It's the satanic, I can't remember what the church is, Church of Satan or something like that, but they are coming against the state of Texas as a satanic rite. So anyway, he's in the open. Everything that's going on, it is right in your face now, and no one can deny that. It is like right in your face. So anyway, God gave me this thing of, now we're in the army of God. If we are you're serving one